That's not going to be a part of the Name This Song quiz for the sample pack, which was won by G11FTW from last week. But he was kind of correct. He doesn't have the right artist. He has the right song title, but he said it's by Joe Cocker. But I'll still send you the pack, Chief, since you asked for it and you're partially right. But the Name This Song for the free samples is kind of, I thought it was a bad idea because you can just Google the lyrics. So I'm going to have to get more obscure. I can't use any pop songs. So I'll have to do obscure songs. Anywho, vlog's going to be brief today. I have to go play soccer in Hollywood. Anyways, here we are. Downtime. I liked the one yesterday. It got good responses. The one about my first ever recording deal or big session that really got the ball rolling in the business. And then I think, what did I learn from the Crucial Conflict 14-day recording session? I don't know. How to mix. How to just handle the project. Multiple songs, multiple tapes, because it was recorded on tapes. You only got 3 songs per tape, 15 minutes per tape. So with leader in between, that was about 15 minutes. But it was a great learning experience. So moving forward, I just, like I said, got to be brief, but I'm trying to stay on the daily posting. So when I played this song, which is an Oasis song, Oasis, I know all you American people really don't know who Oasis is. I was thinking, the Gallagher brothers. I'd like to see a cage match between the Gallagher brothers, even at the age they're at now, and, you know, a bunch of young rappers on lean. I think the Gallagher brothers could take them, even though they hate each other these days. Most people probably don't even know who the Gallagher brothers are. But Noel, quite a songwriter, that fella. One of the best songwriters from the 90s, probably since the 70s. Arguably, since the beginning of popular music, he could be one of the best songwriters. But I've been thinking about Scott Weiland yesterday a lot. I don't know why. I worked with him a couple times. You know, he's deceased, but he's a great example of, you know, like these kids right now, they're getting all this money and success and then doing a bunch of drugs. Scott's dead. He died last year, maybe 2 years ago. Unfortunate, rest in peace. But that's what happens when you get a lot of money, you do drugs, and you're stupid. I shouldn't say stupid. That's, you know. Addiction is a serious issue. It's not stupid. It's sad and dangerous. But it comes hand in hand with excess money and success in the music business, unfortunately. I've seen it a million times over. And I think maybe for my own personal experience, it was good that I wasn't super successful, because if I was super successful in my 20s and had a shit ton of money, I'd probably do a bunch of drugs too. Probably be dead. Or a shell of my own brain, because that shit just destroys your brain and you can never recover from years of abuse. But anyways, it's not a self-help channel. That's kind of self-help, music, business, self-help. Anyways, be brief. We're talking about the Gallagher brothers. And so we did. That's done. I don't know, what was some other suggestions in the comments for topics for next week, please. Let's see. What did somebody say yesterday? Todd Singleton. What's Todd Singleton? Do you have an incredible moment where things went from bad to inevitably great? No, I don't. Once you hit bad, I think when you're making music and you're in the creative space, it's hard. Once you hit bad, you gotta go home. Or well, just do something else. It's almost the end of the day. Hard to recover from bad in the same 12 hours of trying to create something. That's why it's kind of important when creating to, you know, have yourself isolated from other folks that are not a part of the project at this time. You know, turn off the cell phone. Don't be, you know, looking on Instagram or da-da-da-da. Well, I mean, maybe Instagram, because then it's going to give you maybe perhaps some inspiration. But the thing is, If your phone's on and you're in the middle of writing a song or doing a mix, and then somebody calls and it's the girlfriend and she's unhappy, or your manager calls and says, "Oh, we just lost this show. There's 20 grand down the tubes," and you're like, fuck. So how can you recover and then make something a creative masterpiece after? That's Teresa. How can you make a creative masterpiece out of that? So that's why I suggest, when you're really focusing and you're creating, go to airplane mode. Don't read the emails. Don't pick up the phone. Also, a gear question, Todd says, is there one device, like an old friend, essential throughout time and not burdened by new technology? It's a tough question, because in my 20 years in the music business, it has changed so much that, I don't know. For instance, my one piece of gear that I had forever traveled with me and I thought was very essential was my Apogee AD2800. It was a 2-channel Apogee converter. Now, why do you say that was so important? Because I learned this from this man called Spike Stint, mixing genius. Spike has done the Depeche Mode, Madonna, Muse. His discography is ridiculous. Probably the biggest mixer in the world, alongside Serban and Manny. But Spike is way more international too. And he's been around since the early 90s, late 80s, I believe. He did the Cult Electric, but he also did No Doubt. He doesn't done that many urban records, but he has. But anyways, how are you talking about? Spike and gear. The most important piece of gear through many years, until everything went 100% computer-based, was the Apogee 800. It was a 2-channel digital converter with soft limit, right? So the thing in engineering, up until everything went in the box about 4 years ago, is, so you're doing this great mix on the SSL or whatever desk you prefer, but how do you get it off the thing? Most engineers run it through the 192s. So you go out of the analog desk back into the stock Digidesign 192s, and that would convert it back to digital, and then you'd print it back into Pro Tools. But I always use the Apogee because, number one, it had a soft limit, and you could hit it harder, and then I go out of that AES EBU back into the Pro Tools. And then, there you go. So that, I had that for many years. That was the first thing that made my mixes better, and got my first mixes placed on albums. I think that was, because it made it, it was a loudness war. So that was the loudest thing that you could use to take it off the desk. So you could also use it. I could use it today. I still have it. I use it sometimes if it's a really big project and it has live drums and I really want to do an amazing job on it, or something that needs a lot of sonic space, as in stereo. I'll still use it, because I'll then go out of the computer through the UAD 16IO, through the summing bus, sum it together, and then through the Apogee 800. I think it's the 800. I don't know. I'm not good with numbers, but I haven't used it in a while, probably about 2 years. Because now it's all in the box. So my second question would be, or the answer to his gear question would be device. It's like an old friend, essential. It's been Fabrice, I see you, G. Fabrice Garibaldi. What's Fabrice's last name? I'm sorry, Fabrice, I can't remember it. The NFGX, the Slate Digital NFGX, greatest piece of gear ever made. And not necessarily for its sonic things, which it is good sonically, but I don't use it sonically. I use it more for the meter, and I use it on the back. There's this thing, you flip it over and plug in, and then you limit, or you turn up the amount. I can't think of the name, but I'm not doing a tech thing. If you hit it and then it says go to 0, because if you don't flip around in the back page, then all your mixes are exported at like -5 from 0. But if you just, anyways, those are the two things I've learned, or I've used for many, many years. Okay, this gentleman here asks, glad to see you're back in an era forecasting. It's hard to forecast what people want to do in the future. In the past years, there's been a revival of old 80s sounds, noise-gated verbs, Lord, others do. I don't believe that shit. I've seen that video. Fuck that lady. Nobody uses noise-gated reverbs. That's some bullshit. Lord, who gives a fuck about Lord? She came and is gone already. My question is with that, how did Jack Antonoff go from playing in that band to being one of the biggest producers in the fucking business? No discredit to Jack Antonoff. I mean, because his productions are okay. But I mean, he was just like the guy in the band. Then he did Taylor Swift. He did Lord. He did a lot of shit. But I don't know. Has he had a lot of things chart with those productions? I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm respect. I met Jack when Kanye played Coachella, headline Coachella. It was like the second time I met Jack. He was a nice guy. Never knew that he was going to be from the guitar player in the band to the giant mega producer star dating the celebrity girl. I think they don't date anymore. Anyways, I don't know. Okay, so he said, what do you think? I don't know. I can't predict the trends of the future. I don't think they will be. I think that's a way of people looking back and hoping that the shit that they liked when they were coming of age will come back. I don't think it ever will. People say boom bap is coming back. I don't think it is. I don't think rock will come back. I think it is going to metamorphosize into an EDM 808 based trap. But it's not even trap. People say, like the other day, a friend of mine, Mr. Hudson, was like, man, how come there's trap drums in all these songs? I said, mate, they're not trap drums. They're just drums. I shouldn't say the English accent. Anyways, I gotta go. Let's see. Anyway, yeah. All right. Vlog out. Have a good weekend. Be back on Monday. Oh, play the song out. So no, you can't pick the song this week. I'll specify when we're playing Name That Tune on a song. But this is a good one. Charlie, I think I'm happy since the first time since my accident. Wish I had all that money we used to. Fucked it up. Anyways, it's live. Have a great weekend. See you next time. No edits together. I'm just showing this is it. This is the real life. I'm not doing this. I'm gonna get all fancy and practice my song and look how good I am at a musician. Fuck that. But I enjoy it. See you next week.